What's going on YouTube? My name is Ross and welcome to the Crypto Arcade channel. On today's video, I'll be going over REVV Racing. REVV Racing is pretty much the crypto version of Granturismo or Forza, which is really exciting to me because I myself love cars. The one thing I'm bummed about is that I heard of REVV Racing about mid to 2020 and I had an opportunity to buy some of the NFTs and I completely ignored it, missed out on it. And now, as I'll show you in a minute, some of these NFTs are going for a couple ETH at a time. Why are they? These NFTs actually have utility. They're cars. And each car, as you know, has different specs, different speed, handling, weight levels, exotic looking features, and things of that nature. So without further ado, let's check out the game. So here we have the homepage of REVV Racing, where you can see they have live weekly challenges, where you can compete against others to win REVV coin. How to start, you simply need to go to OpenSea and buy one of the cars in their collection. I bought a $20 car just to, let me show you guys, just to give the game a shot and get some experience. What I do like is after you buy the car, the transaction fee to start is pretty low. It's like a fraction of a cent on the Matic network. This game is highly competitive from what I've seen and allows you to win both Rev and Matic. When the game first came out, they dropped a bunch of exotic looking cards, which I imagine have pretty impressive specs. Though I haven't raced yet to see just how wide the gap is between the average common cheaper car and the most exotic cars. Now, before I get started, I do want to recommend that if you guys are interested in this game, you guys get a controller. I'll show you why as soon as we play. So hit play, go to something like practice just to give you guys a sense of it. Let me try a course I've never tried before, which is this practice circuit. This is the vehicle I bought called Slaughter 28114. Again, it was about $20 worth of ETH. Simply confirm the transaction and you get to practice all by yourself. Now, what this game is missing is, or what I guess all crypto games are missing, is a controller standard. Because a game like this, the sensitivity is important on how you play, meaning how much you move the joystick right or left, or how much throttle or acceleration you give the car. It's really tricky to play this game on the keyboard. And therefore, I might make a second video once I find my old PS controller. As you can see here, they give you a quick button layout. It's simple. Up, down, left, right is all you really need to use to play the game. And spacebar can be the handbrake, which helps you drift, but that part of it is hard to get a sense of without a controller. So here we go. You can press any key to skip this little opening sequence where they show you the graphics of your car. This looks like a Nissan Altima sedan. And the feel of the game is pretty similar. It's similar to Granturismo. And this is what I mean by haptic feedback, right? If you look at the bottom of the screen where it says throttle and brake, you notice I can't modulate how much throttle I give the car. It's all or nothing because I don't have, let's say, a trigger sensitive keyboard if they make one of those, or I'm not using a controller, which makes maneuvering in this game pretty difficult. But the potential is amazing to me. And the only thing I think they're missing, which would be a huge hurdle, but definitely doable, is licensing actual cars from actual car brands. So if you had an actual Ferrari in the game, or Golf, a VW Golf R, or Porsche 911, that would take this game over the top. Because the design, this actually looks more like a Subaru STI from about a generation ago. So the feel of the game is very familiar. The cars, because they're not they don't have the actual input of the brands and the licensing, I question how much different each car is from the higher end vehicles that they sell. The other thing I don't like about this is the driving mechanics of this car I'm in tell me that the car is front wheel drive. I didn't see anywhere when I bought the car whether I could buy a rear wheel drive car or all wheel drive, but the driving dynamics of this one in particular seem front wheel drive, which is a bummer because it, based on the car it's trying to mimic, it's probably supposed to be all wheel drive at that. The game doesn't seem buggy at all, at least in practice mode. Again, I have yet to try the competition mode. Maybe I will in a bit. But that's what we have. I'm going to pause this right after this lap. I'm gonna pause it now actually, because that's the other thing. This game does not let you go back. It's like after you pause mid practice, they don't let you go back to like the home page. You kind of have to just go back to your browser. So as you see here, when you come to events and ended, it gives you a sense of kind of how they rate or how they judge the races. The best cars usually finish with the best times, and they get an equivalent of 698 rev for first, second, and third. It's a point system very similar to F1. This is one of those games where it'll really incentivize people to become competitive, to invest in their cars, to really put in practice, because I can see it's probably going to be pretty easy to come up with more and more courses, more elevation changes, more cars, more car upgrades, just more things to tweak to get the best out of you as the competitor in your car, as well as the competition. Now, I don't know if this game has head-to-head racing yet. That would be fascinating to me. I would imagine they judge it based on lap times and points, like penalties. But if this did have head-to-head racing, that could be cool. I wonder how they would tier that based on the amount of competition at any given time. But that's what I think this game has next going for it. This is the alpha version. They will be tweaking things along the way, I've heard. And I'm excited to see what this game has coming up. This is one of those few games I could see an esports version of, a televised competition version of. And I think I'm going to tune into this April series that they have coming up in about 17 hours. So maybe I'll live stream that for you guys and we can all watch it. So there you have it. That's my quick recap on the REVV Racing game. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you've played it, and let me know how the competition is on some of the events that they have. I'm eager to hear some of your guys' feedback. Thanks.